Hey friends, welcome to webscript.info. My name is Rizwan Khan and today we are going to build a menu system, more like a dashboard system. Okay, so for that I have created a post 2 days ago and I have asked all of you vote for this. So I have started this poll and asking everyone what everyone wants. So most of the people voted for ReactJS, right? And so we are going to do this menu system in ReactJS. And here's a demo you can see. So this is a demo and this is a React project or React tutorial, you can think of it. We are using React router also to work this menu system. Right here we have sub menus as well. Right, we have this design, we can go to this, we can collapse this nicely with good animation and working fine. Okay, cool. We can select this one, it will pop up and we have options, we have search menu, we have icon. This search is not working, it's just user interface, but you can do a lot of stuff with that. So this is you can think of it like beginning of a dashboard, right? Beginning of a dashboard. And this is what a dashboard actually needs to control different section of the application, right? You can go and create a dashboard component. You can go create components like courses, videos. You can show over here just like this. You can see the menus are also changed because of React router. And here we have videos, and then click on it will be collapse, and then design like this. So this is what we are going to build with ReactJS. So this is a React project. Okay, we can start now. Okay, so here is our terminal and we can create a new React project completely from scratch by using npx command, npx create react app, and now give your project name. So I will say React dashboard, and it is not a complete dashboard, but you can think of it as like almost half of the dashboard. You have the control system, you can navigate to the different section of your project. This is what we need this is the only thing needed in a dashboard. Rest of just your content, and that is not going to be same for every project or every dashboard application. So every time you have to come up with your own content, and most of the time I also don't like existing content with tables and all those stuffs. I prefer to create my own, right? So here we'll say npx create react app and then dashboard. So it is going to initialize our project, and very soon it will be completed. Then we can start our project. So as you can see, the installation of our React project is completed, और इसको complete होने में इतना time लगा कि मैं Netflix पे एक पूरा episode देख कर आ रहा हूँ. Really, I have 12 GB RAM in my laptop, but it's still taking so much time. I don't know why. Okay, fine. Let's continue. So here is our project folder, ls, do that, and this is React dashboard, right? Let's hit enter and open this in our VS Code. That's kind of editor of everyone these days. So this is our project and this is our welcome. Go back. So here we have source folder, and here we have our root component app.js, and everything is going to start from here only, right? So I'm going to run my project. So we'll use, let me kill something. So here we can start our project. So we'll say npm start. So this is our project. We can edit our app.js file, right? Let's go and remove everything. That's all. So I don't want this thing, this header component and anything over here. So let's simply remove that and save it, and you're gonna see something plain over here. Now I don't need this logo svg, right? Let's remove this as well. I'm interested in this app.cs file because this is going to be our root css file for our side dashboard menu component. Okay, and I also don't need this svg file, so let's remove this, and let's remove everything from index.css, not necessary. Let's go to the app.css and remove from here as well. So we have removed everything from app css, index css, and we are clean now. Now here let's reload, and we got some error, index.js, no such file or directory. Okay, index.js, no such file or directory. Oh, did I delete index.js? Oh, mistake. So here is our index.js file. Somehow I deleted that one. Okay, fine. Instead of deleting svg file, I have deleted my index.js file. So let's remove this, time it. Okay, fine. So here reload, and cool, we are good to go. So we don't need this too, and here we are going to start our application. And before that, I also need some fonts and icons and logo as well. So for fonts, I'm going to use fonts.google.com. So here I'm looking for a font like Open Sans, condensed and normal. So let's take this one, Open Sans, and let's take everything. So light 300, regular 400, semi bold 600, bold 700, and extra bold 800. I hope this is enough. Now it's time to copy our links. Okay, let's copy and paste in our public folder. So we'll go where is our public folder? Yeah, over here we have index.html file, and here we have all the related stuffs. So this is our index.html file, and this is our root file for our application. And I want to show over here React dashboard menu component. Cool. Next, we're gonna put over here the link of our fonts. Save. Not this one. Save this, and let's go back to the app.js. App.css now add few things for the default styling. Let's remove the existing margin, padding. Also, if we are going to use UL, then we'll use padding 0, margin 0. If we are going to use li, then we'll say less style, that is going to be like none, less style none. And now let's have a body. So we'll say body, and here we're gonna say background, and we'll put this color. Okay, now let's see the color is there or not. So yeah, we have got a kind of like light gray color. And let's add a font as well. So we'll say font. Let's go and grab our font from the Open Sans. So this is our font. Let's copy this, so it is going to be applied everywhere. Okay, cool. So let's put over here, save this. Now let's verify. I will say hello world, whatever. Let's go and check the component, and the font is actually working. Okay, so let's write our components. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to create a menu section. So that will say div, and here this is going to be like something fixed on the left side. We'll say class, and then it is going to have like, oh, not over here, just let's remove this, sorry for the mistake. And let's create a new component file, right? So we'll create a folder with the name components, and inside this we are going to create a file that's like side menu.js. Okay, so this is our side menu component. We'll say rfc and side menu. Save this. Now let's import this one. So here we're gonna say side menu, and it's not coming. I hate this stuff. Import side menu. Okay, fine. We have side menu from the components folder, and it's over here working, right? Now let's go to the side menu component, and here we're gonna do all the stuff. So here we'll say, we'll give it a class like name that is going to be side-menu. Okay, so we'll use our app.css file, and we'll write over here like side-menu, and we'll give it a position like fixed. So this is going to be fixed in all the situations. And the background color is I want black, right? And the width will say 300 pixel for the active mode, and 300 pixel, and height is going to be like 100%. Save this, and you can see we have got this stuff. Now I want to place a logo, a back button, like to collapse this menu, and this again toggle this menu actually, then a search component, and then menus, right? So let me show you the expected what we are trying to get over here. So this thing, so this is a menu, and then this back, so this is going to be toggle. In other cases it is going to be, in a minimized cases, this is going to be outside of our menu system. When our when we see the minimized version of our side menu, then this is going to be outside. Okay, so this is one form and this is another form. Let's do it. So here we are gonna say where is that? Let's come over here and let's put a container over here to hold the logo and all those things. For that we need actually the logo. Let's go. So here's our project, and I have got my assets within the SRC folder. We are going to add our assets. So this is our SRC folder. Go inside and paste the assets. So this is our assets folder. Inside this we have a logo folder, and we have a logo icon, and then we have just a user icon to show the user. Okay, cool. So you can see over here it's coming, right? Let's minimize this and let's go to the app.js. Oh, sorry, not app, component, side menu. Inside this, we are gonna say like top section, right? Let's say div, and the first is going to like top section, which is going to hold logo as well as the back button. Okay, and inside this, we are going to have one more container. I will say class name equals to logo, and here we're going to have an image. Inside this we'll say source, and within the source we are gonna say we need a logo, right? So we'll just import logo from our assets folder, right? And there is our assets folder logo, and it's nothing but webscript.png. Okay, let's verify that logo webscript.png. Now let's put our logo over here. So we'll say logo, and alt is going to be like web script. Now let's see our output. So yes, this is coming, and this logo size is around 512 pixel, and this is a square with little space. Okay, so this is transparent, right? This is a PNG image, you know it, right? Now we are gonna fix this logo first. So first thing, we'll add a padding for our side menu. So we'll have some space around this. As per this image, you can see we have some spacing around the menus, right? So we'll create that space. So let's go for the app.css, and here we'll say box sizing, that is going to be a border box, and then padding from top and bottom 30 pixel, left right 20 pixel. Cool. Now we can add our logo. So we'll say side menu dot logo, and here what is this? Side menu, and this is class logo. That's it. So logo, here we're going to specify some width and height. For 40 pixel width, height is going to be 40 pixel, and overflow is going to be hidden. Okay, and as you can see, the logo is not visible because it's actually there, but the width and height is very small, and the logo is going out of that container, and overflow is hidden. Okay, so that's why it is not visible. So we have to make the image size also, like we have to change the image size. We'll say logo and then image, and here we'll say max hyphen width, that is going to be 100%, max hyphen height, that is going to be 100%. Save it, and it's visible now, but it is little broken from the down. This is little cut over here, as you can see. I don't want that thing. So I don't want, oh, that's width actually, so that it's actually height. And now this is fine. That was a CSS code mistake. So this is fine, and we got our logo. Now it's time to get a back button, right, to toggle the menu. So we can like close this and we can open this again. So we need to have a back button. For that, we are going to use some icons from getbootstrap.com. So we'll go to the getbootstrap.com. We can have free icons, lots of different versions of icons, all of them available as free, so just easily to grab, and it looks better than I think Font Awesome icons. Just try this sometime. It's really cool. So what I'm looking for, I'm looking for a back button. Okay, so just go, first we need to get a CDN of this icons. So just go really quick to the bottom of this screen, and here you can see there is a CDN. Let's copy this CDN and let's come over here and public folder index.html, and this is the link file, so we'll just add it here. Okay, so now we have our CSS icons as well. Okay, so side menu, and now we need to know the name of the icons. So we are looking for something back button, you know, right? So let's type back, and okay, not here. Let's search for arrow, and here I can get that. So yes, this one. Okay, so this is our required one, and this is the one. So it is pointing to the left side, right? So pointing to the left side. Yeah, let's copy this one. Okay, copy this icon. Let's go over here, and here we're gonna say just this is in a logo, right? And here we're gonna say div, and let's paste the icon and give it a class as well. Say class name that is going to be back hyphen arrow, or toggle menu, that suits better. Toggle button, toggle menu hyphen btn, toggle menu btn. Okay, this is not a btn, but it's fine to have this. Alright, let's see the output, and it's kind of not visible because the color is black, right? So let's copy this thing and give it a color. So we'll say side menu dot not the that, we will say top hyphen section. Within the top section we have toggle menu button. I'll give it a color like 333. Okay, now it's visible. Cool. Okay, so this is visible, and let's go back to the icons again. This is visible, and also I need to add this top section, because if you follow the order, go to your side menu file, and you can see over this is top section. Let's copy this, and let's go to your app.css file and paste here as well. Okay, because it important to track the classes in which order it is there. It is going to help in CSS animations. Okay, so this is here, and I want to change the icon size. Say font size 20 pixel, nicer, right? And I want this thing to be just go on the right side, so I'm going to have like display inline block. So for the logo we'll say display inline block, save, and for this button as well, display inline block. Cool. So this is in block level. We can have all the block level properties over here. So here I have to organize this just over here, right, in this place, and not just this. When this side menu will be in the collapsed, in the minimized version of it, then this the same icon will be out of it. Okay, the same icon will go outside, so we can have a listener on this button. On click of this we can minimize this side menu, and again on click of this we can toggle the this side menu. Okay, so let's go and work on it. And display inline block, so this logo is fine, but I want to do something which for that case inline block is not required, and we have a top section, right? So I will give a top section, we'll say side menu dot top section will position relative, so I can have position absolute over this icon and I can move freely within the top section container. Okay, so here we're gonna say toggle menu and we'll say position that is going to be absolute. Okay, and once position absolute will say top 0, right? As you can see, this moved up, and from the right it is going to be 0. So this is now over here, but it is not in just like parallel to each other. I want this to be like vertically centered, right? So for that I can use transform property. So we'll say top, instead of saying top 0, I will simply say top 50%. Okay, so it is here and just moved 50%, and I will just pull it back by using transform. So we'll say transform and then translate y direction minus 50%. Okay, now see, this is completely parallel to each other, and this is what I'm looking for. Not just this, if I will click on this and this menu will toggle, this button will go outside, so we have to take care of that situation also. So what we can do, this is 0, right? And just do some maths over here. The padding is 20 pixel, right? The icon font size I have given 20 pixel, so at least 40 pixel is required. We have to shift this this icon up to the 40 pixel from the right side, so it will be over here, right, in this white space. Let's try that, and we'll do over here, right, say 40 pixel, and it is actually negative 40 pixel. So you see, this is coming out, and this is kind of not looking good. So just to make it look good, we'll add one more 10 pixel instead of 40, we'll say 50 pixel, and this is nice. So this is how we are going to handle our icon. Okay, but initially it is going to be 0. Okay, so this is going to inside. Now the next thing we need a search controller. Okay, search component. So just go to your side menu, and here is our top section. So we are done with the top section. Next we need to create a search menu. So we'll say class and the name that is going to be like search controller, and there we are gonna have just an input with type that is going to be like as usual text, with placeholder that is going to be search, and this is like this completely ugly. Okay, so we are gonna apply the CSS class over there, copy, go to the CSS file, and here we're gonna say side menu, then search, and just paste over search controller, and then we have an input. Okay, and input with type you can say like text, okay, specific to that input, and here we'll say border. Just to remove border I will say 0, and this is not working actually, so border is 0. Also remove the outline. If you focus on that, then you're gonna see something black, so let's remove the outline. We'll say none, and let's give it a height like 35 pixel. Okay, and let's give a background color to it. We'll say hashtag 333 and like this, and give it a border hyphen radius, we'll say 5 pixel. Also just make it a display, we'll say block. Okay, so block, save, and let's give it a margin like from top and bottom, let's say 20 pixel, and left right 0. So this is like this, and this needs to be like cover the 100% width, so we'll simply say width 100%. Okay, so this is like this, and we need to place an icon also over here, so that we need to place an icon like this. You can see there is an icon over here, so we'll place that icon also, and let's go there and find the okay, so our icon is actually the search icon. We will find it in the go back and find the icon. We'll say search icon. There is a search icon. Let's copy this and let's go to the text editor. Here let's go to the side menu and let's place the icon over here. Okay, now let's go, and this icon is again not visible. We have to give it a color. So what can I say? Search controller with a color. Okay, app.css, and we'll say color, and let's have a color, and this is again not visible. Hashtag, I will say 6. Oh, actually the search controller, we have to add color within the search controller. We'll say side menu and dot search controller, we'll say color, and let's say white, just to test this thing. So as you can see, the color is over here, right? We can apply our other CSS properties so to that, because it's visible now. Now let's go and give it wrap this icon within a div or somewhere, right? So we can have a parent level class. We simply say div, and within this div let's wrap this stuff. Or you can also use a button. So we'll say over here button, and this one too button. We have a button. Let's give it a class. We'll say search hyphen button, save search button. Now let's go to the CSS file, and here we're gonna say side menu dot search controller dot search button, and this is going to be like position absolute. Okay, now this is in like absolute position. It is not going to affect the other places. Let's have a position like relative, and position absolute. We need to get rid of the button default properties, like we'll make the background transparent. Okay, and also we'll make the border like 0. Okay, now so this is our search button, and we need to give it some like size. We need to increase the size. We'll say 20 pixel, right? And let's choose a color. We'll say hashtag, we'll say 666. Okay, now it's time to give it place it in the right place, but before that the search is going just overlapping on each other and it's looking terrible. So we have to make this space unavailable so we can make use of data space for the search icon. So what we can do, let's go to the input and give it a box hyphen sizing. We'll say border box, and they will say padding from top and bottom 0, from left right 30 or 40 pixel. Cool. So 40 pixel, and this 40 pixel, let me tell you why 40 pixel. The icon size is 40, width is 40, and all the icons going to come over here will have a same size of 40 pixel. So when we will toggle this menu, then the icons will be like just aligned perfectly. Okay, so that's the reason the 40 pixel is there. And let's type something, working fine. Also change the color of the search, so we'll say 6. Okay, not better. Okay, and now it's time to align this icon. The position absolute will say top 50%, and the same transform property we will use to make it vertically center. We'll say translate y negative 50%. Okay, now it is centered, and now it's time to give some space from the left side. As we know, this is 40 pixel. Let's give it something like 20 pixel. It's too much. So this is search button, right? Let's give it a width and height so it will be easy to handle. As I told you, the size is going to be 40 pixel, height is 40 pixel, and this is search button, right? The position is absolute, perfect, and top left is also going to be like 50%. Okay, width and height. Oh, that's not the thing. Oh, this is width and height is 40 pixel. Translate -15, -50%. And something wrong actually. Why is that happening? It should work. Let's apply a background color to observe the how the UI is going there. Let's say, and this is perfect in this position. Okay, I got the problem. So actually this top left transform is not the part of search button. Search button will be in its place only, right? So like this, and instead of giving height 40, let's give it 35 because the search input height is 35 pixel. Okay, perfect. And we are gonna, it is already in the center, we don't have to do anything. So let's remove the background color. Okay, now it's looking fine, right? Now we need a divider. As you can see over here, we have a divider, so we're gonna add that divider also. So let's add that. So let's go and go to your side menu component, and here's our div search controller is going in. So we'll say over here class name, that is going to be divider, and divider is not going to have anything, so just class divider app.css, and here we'll say divider width, we'll say 100%, height is going to be 1 pixel, and border radius, that is going to be 1 pixel, and border radius 1 pixel, and background color will say #333. Okay, like this. See the background color? Yeah, kind of like same. Now let's work on the control. When we'll click on this back button, this is going in and this button is going out. Okay, so we'll work on that with the help of CSS. Let's go to the side menu, and so here's the side menu. This is the active state of the side menu. We'll create additional class to observe that place. We'll say inactive. In case of, by default is going to be active. Now in case of inactive, we are going to have some special feature. We'll app.css, and let's go to the side menu, and I will say side menu dot inactive, and here we're going to say the width. So now let's do some maths again and think about it. So we have space around this logo is like 20 pixel. Okay, so 20 from this side, 20 from this side is a 40, and the logo itself is 40, so it is going to be 80 pixel, right? So we'll say simply 80 pixel. This is going to be the minimum width, and you can see this is the minimized version of our menu icons, and this needs to go outside. So we'll say side menu dot inactive, and where is the toggle menu? Here it is. We'll say side menu dot top section dot toggle menu button, and in case if there is a class like inactive, if there is inactive class, then simply we know what we have written. So here we have right property, and we're going to give it right, let's say -50 pixel, and this is in the place. Now we don't want this search to come over here, right? So this is unnecessary. Oh, I got it, why there is a space, because we have given a padding, right? If you go side menu.js and just find out, this is our input, right? Under the search controller, if you see the search controller class, where is the input? Yes, so here we have given box sizing border backs and padding from top and bottom 0, from left right 40 pixel. Kind of not required. we'll say padding from left only 40 pixel. Right now this that was unnecessary, right? Even if you remove that class now inactive, if you go to the side menu and let's remove this inactive class, save, and you're gonna see it's completely normal, the width is 100%, and that was not necessary. You see, right? So this is fine, and let's go and have an inactive class again, and this is like this. So now we have to add some transitions. That is going to be cool. We'll make some transition that looks perfect. Okay, so we'll add transitions, side menu, and let's go to the app.css file, and where we need to add the transition on the width, because there is a change in width, right? Side menu, we'll say transition, not transform, but instead we'll say transition, and we're going to have transition on a width property. So width is changing, right? So transition on width, 0.2 second, and it will complete a transition name, let's say asin. Okay, now asin is the transition property, and when it will change, then we will see the transition. But before that, we need to make this button workable, right? So we'll go and app.js file here, sorry, side menu, and here we'll add some click. Okay, so where is our button? This is our button. We'll add on click. On click is equal to, and we'll have some value like const. We'll say inactive, set inactive, use state, and that is going to be like false. Okay, so inactive is false. By default it is false. On click of it, this is going to be true. So here we'll say set inactive, and that is going to be like whatever it is, we'll just take the opposite of that value. So inactive, so set inactive, and then this is going to be, if false then it will true, if true then it will be false. Okay, now let's see it's working or not. So what we have to do, we have to put a condition, we have to do the condition, we have to add a condition over here, like when we need to add this inactive class. Just simply cut it from now, and let's replace this double quotes, sorry, we'll say over here side menu, and we'll add a condition where we'll see inactive. If inactive is false, okay, so inactive means minimize the state, it is not active. If it is true, inactive is true, then we'll add an inactive class. We'll add an inactive class, else we'll not add any inactive class. Okay, now let's try this thing working or not. See, let's see. Now let's go and inspect the stuff. So there is side menu, and if you click on this and it's not working, why is that? On click we are making set inactive, whatever inactive is flew, false, the default false, then class inactive will not be there. If inactive false, then it will be true. Inactive is true, then class inactive will be there. Just to verify that stuff, and actually this is not working. This is not working. The position is absolute, right? So instead here we are trying in the wrong place. It should be here. Okay, now let's remove this alert. Now let's try this thing, save, and see it's working. Okay, fine. In both the cases it is there. But when it is minimized, then the icon should be changed, right? This point should be right side. So we'll come over here and let's replace our let's make it in one line. One line would be better. Save, and there is a mistake. Fine. So this is going to work as expected. Okay, so this minimize is working fine. Now instead of using this is in, we'll use some different transition, but later we'll change that transition. So here this is working fine. Just add some cursor pointer so it looks great. I will go to the toggle menu button and we'll say cursor pointer. Okay, so it added the inactive class, and because of inactive class the behaviors of CSS got changed. Okay, now it's time to change the icon, so we'll go and go back. We'll say arrow, and we took this one. Now we want this one. Copy, come over here, app.js, side menu, and this needs to be changed. Okay, so inactive means it is minimized version of the menu. If minimized version of the menu, then we'll show this icon, else we will show this icon. Save. Okay, now let's try this thing. Let's see the icon is getting changed or not. Yes, it is changing completely. So this is pointing to the left side and this is pointing to the right side, means you can collapse it. Now we are going to add menus over here within this sidebar. So let's quickly start that part. Let's go to your side menu component, and definitely we will I'm writing statically right now everything, but we'll create a different component for menus. Also we'll use React Router DOM libraries also for the navigations. So just stay here with me and I will do all those stuffs. We'll say div, and so let's go to the app.css file, and this is not visible over here because the color is itself black, so we'll override that color. We'll say dot side menu dot main menu and then menu hyphen item, menu hyphen item, and here we'll say color that is going to be like kind of black type. So here we have this item, right? And we'll change some fonts, and we'll try to update the font weight as well. So here we'll say first also the text decoration is going to be like none. By default text will have some decoration, anchor tag. This is a menu item, is an anchor tag, so it's important to remove the decoration. Next let's apply the font size 10 pixel, and it's too small, the 15 pixel, and here it is, the one, it's already there, 15 pixel. Let's apply the font weight also, and before that let's convert this item to a block level element. We'll say display, and I will say block. Okay, now apply the font hyphen weight, say 500, not nice, 600, and nice. So this 600 font weight is applied. It's also, we need to add a proper icon over here. So let's go and search for something similar, and this is kind of for generally used for the dashboard items. Okay, so let's copy and go over here, side menu, and in the dashboard here we'll create a block level element div, and we'll paste our icon, and here we'll say class name is equals to going to be like menu hyphen icon. Okay, menu icon. So we'll copy this menu icon, go to the app.css file, and see the output. This is coming like this. So this is a block level element. We have to convert this to an inline element. Okay, so go there, and here we'll say menu item, and inside the menu item it is where it is, the location is menu item and then a menu icon. Okay, menu item and then menu icon. Say side menu dot main menu dot menu item that menu icon, and we'll say display inline block. Okay, now it is perfect. Now we have to give it some width and height. As I told you in the beginning, we're going to give a for all the icons which is going to become over here the same width and height, so it will be in the same size even after the minimizing it. So width 40 pixel and height 40 pixel. Okay, and let's give a background color red. So this looks like this. Now we need to increase the font size of this icon. Okay, so we'll give it a font size also. We are giving 20 pixel every time. Also needs to be aligned to like center. What we can do, we can use some line height property to make this icon in the center. Okay, we'll say line height 40 pixel, and we'll say text align, so center, because this text line works with the inline elements absolutely fine, and we have given the property over here inline block. So this is going to work because inline inside elements will be like fine. This is so now let's remove this background color, that's unnecessary, and head is looking like this. Cool. Now there is a parent. Let's go to the side menu, and this is the parent. Okay, main menu is the parent. So here we'll give some main menu and CSS file, and here we'll say side menu dot main menu, and we'll apply margin from top and bottom 5 pixel, from left right 0, so some space that will make it different from will not touch this divider. Okay, that's why 5 pixel is there. Now let's go to the app.js file and create similar items. So menus, and let's copy this item. Okay, now let's see the output. So this is coming like this, and this is right now the cursor. It should be like cursor instead of this text item, right? So we'll go and add the cursor property in the menu item. Okay, so we'll go app.css, and where is the menu item? Here it is. Say cursor, that is going to be pointer. Okay, this is fine, right? Now it's time to add some like sub menus. So we'll choose a content, click on this content, then it will show some drop downs with transitions. So let's add that as well. So here we'll app.css side menu, and let's choose the middle one. There is a content, and this is the main menu. All right, menu item. Here we'll choose this is again not visible because of the black. The color is black right now. We'll choose the menu, sub menu, and then we'll override the CSS property. So menu item, and I'll say side menu, then main menu, then sub menu, and here we'll say the color is going to be #3. Now it's visible. So now we have to again do some maths over here. So this is exactly starting from this course is beginning from the after the 20 pixel padding, right? So I want a line in between these two icons, so it will be like part of the, so this 2 will show as a part of this content, right? So first we have to draw a line over here, and we have to calculate the parent of this icon is like around 40 pixel, we know. So we'll give half of the parent, that is 20 pixel from the left. So sub menu, and here we'll say margin from left 20 pixel, right? And then we'll say border left 1 pixel solid 666. Okay, you can see there is a line, right? Now just give some so the remaining space is 20 pixel, right? Plus I want some extra space, so what I can do, say box hyphen sizing border box, and padding from left 20 pixel is the minimum required, but I want to make this thing look good, so I'll add 10 more pixels. We'll say instead of 20 we'll say 30 pixel. Okay, now it's like close to each other. I will have some change in icons and all those things. So sub menu, right? And sub menu, inside this we have an A tag. Let's copy this sub menu and then A tag. Inside this A tag, here we'll say display block, and margin from top and bottom 5 pixel, from left right 0. Okay, so some space is there right now. Also add a font size of 15 pixel, that's fine. Also the font hyphen weight of 600. Okay, cool. So on click of this two menu will pop up. Okay, so this is our minimum architecture. Now it's time to add a footer also over here. Then after that we'll do all the logical part. Okay, so let's go and quickly add a footer. So let's go to the side menu again, and where is our menus? Main menus are ending, so it's ending over here. So here we'll choose a div, one more, with a class name that is going to be like a side menu footer. Okay, side menu footer, and this is going to be fixed in the bottom. So copy app.css, and here we'll say side menu footer, and here we'll say width, that is going to be like 100%, height 100 pixel. That's some height is not required, just to see how it is looking. Background has 333. We can change the background color if you want to change more closer. If you see this design, the background of this search menu search and this selected option is kind of like more dark compared to this one, but this looks fine also. Let's go and let's make the position that is going to be like fixed, and from bottom is going to be like 0, and from left it's going to be 0. Okay, so this is like this, and width is 100%, totally unexpected. Why is that? Width is 100%. Okay, so it should take the width of this one, right? Side menu. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's, I think, not the position. Fixed is not required. Absolute. Okay, cool. So absolute is fine, and now it is fixed in the bottom, and we have options, so we can place the user icons and names and all those stuff over here. Let's go and let's place it. So first we need a place for the user icon, so we'll say img src, that is need a user icon, right? So we'll import an icon over here. Say import user from assets / what is that? So it's assets / user.jpg. Then I'll just add that with alt user. So this is totally unexpected. Now let's give it some class and I'll style it. We'll say avatar. Okay, let's copy this. Let's go to the app.css file and here we'll say side menu footer dot avatar, and here we'll say overflow. Oh, that's not overflow hidden. So here we'll say, what is that class? Avatar. Okay, we'll give it here with like width that is going to be like 40 pixel, height is going to be 40 pixel, and overflow is going to be hidden. So there it is. Okay, now it's time to style the image. Let's copy this stuff and paste over here. Let's say img max width 100%. So this looks perfect, right? This lady is coming over here. Now let's make it circle. We'll say border radius, that is 50%. No, sorry, save it, and this is fine. Now it's time to give some padding to this. So for that we'll apply the same padding what we have. We'll say padding from top and bottom, you can think of it like 30 pixel from left right, 30 pixel. Okay, and also give it box sizing out of box, and also the height is not required. Let's remove this stuff. This is fine. Now 30 pixel is too much actually, so 20 is I guess enough from all sides. Okay, now it's time to place name over here and the email address. Okay, so let's go to the side menu, and here is our avatar. So I'm like taking so much time to creating this stuff, but I guess it is worth. You will learn a lot of things, and you'll learn how to arrange CSS, and kind of very important in terms of interview perspective. If you're going for an interview, you may get a chance to develop anything, any kind of stuff with CSS. Okay, so we'll say class name, that is here user info. Now let's copy this thing. Let's go to the app.css and side menu filter avatar, side menu filter, and then we'll say user info, and here we have to write some stuff. So here we'll say h5, we'll say response one, and next is a paragraph, and here we'll say email address is @gmail.com, right? So we got the email address. Now we need to move this to the left side. So we'll say user info, copy, save, and here is our user info. We'll say display inline block, right? Also apply the display inline block to the avatar. Line block, perfect. Now it's time to give it some space from the left side. So we'll say margin from top and bottom 0, from left right 10 pixel. Also let's apply the color, that is going to be white. Okay, now it's time to increase this size. So let's copy this stuff, and h4, that's h4 I guess. Let's see, side menu, and that's h5, and here we'll say font size, that is going to be like 12 pixel, but it's too much, 10 pixel. Okay, perfect, looking nice. You can change the email address size over here, or you can do a lot of design stuff. P, and here we'll say font size, so that is going to be less than the name, so we'll say 12 pixel. I think too small, but looks kind of fine, so we'll say 14 pixel, much better. Now if you try to minimize the side menu, you're gonna see the text is just moving down, just because of there is a shrink in width, the change in width, and because of less space it is coming down. I want this thing to stay in their own position. whatever the width, whatever the change in width, it doesn't matter. So we have to apply position absolute to this text element, so it will be in this position forever. Let's go and try to apply. Okay, so let's go to the side menu and find those allies, and here are these things. So this is the A tag, that's this is the anchor tag, right? Let's wrap this thing within the span. Okay, so now it is in a span, right? That's not the much change, but we have some tags, so we can manipulate that. Okay, let's go and try to manipulate that. So it's under the menu item. Let's go to the app.css and side menu. Where is the menu item? Here is the menu item. Okay, so we'll try over here. Side menu dot main menu dot menu item, and then we have a span. Okay, let's see, I'm following the correct one. Menu item, and then we have a span. Okay, cool. So here we'll say position absolute, right? And because of absolute position, it is just going in the different direction. What we have to do, we have to give it like first display, and we'll say block, and not like that, say inline block. And this is menu icon, right? We'll also set the line height. Line height will say 40 pixel. Okay, so as in their own position, right? Because the line height is something, the height of the icon is 40. If you give line 40, then it will be center of that 40 pixel. Okay, so kind of solving our problem, but if we minimize this, still you see there is it is in the position, but this is not necessary to see, right? So we are gonna hide this stuff. Okay, and we also want to show the animation, right? We don't want to use like display none and block, because animation doesn't work on that display property. So here we'll say span, that is fine, and we'll say opacity, that is going to be like 1, and we'll apply transition on the opacity, and it is going to happen in 0.2 seconds, and transition will be like time function async. Will side menu dot inactive, and then that same main menu dot menu item, and then span, and here we're gonna say opacity is going to be like 0. Okay, and let's reload this. So kind of like you can see it's working, but the courses and videos are not the part of it, so we'll work on that for sure. So here kind of we have solved the position, but thing is still it is there. The problem is if you hover this, you can see there, you can see the hand symbol, the cursor is there. So we have to make the visibility or width height, we have to just crush this element, okay, by applying width and height, all those stuff over here. Say width 0 and height 0, overflow hidden. Okay, let's try this, and now it's fine. There is no hover icon because width and height is 0 and this content doesn't exist. So as of now everything looks fine. We have this course and videos, we have to fix this, but before that here we have a small UI issues that can be fixed quickly. So let's fix this one, and then we'll work on this menu. We'll create a different menu component, and there we will work on this videos and collapsible menus. Okay, so here is our side menu footer, and as I told you, this is user info. We're gonna give it CSS over here. So user info, let's just like we have worked on our menu, we're gonna do the same stuff over here. Position absolute, and this is in just correct place, but it needs to be hidden, so we'll use opacity to hide this stuff, and transition doesn't work with display, so we'll use opacity. So we'll say opacity, and there we say okay, the opacity is going to be 1, and then transition, we'll apply the transition over the opacity, and it is going to complete in 0.2 second, and ease in. So here we'll say side menu, before side menu footer we'll use side hyphen menu with a class inactive, and then side menu footer dot user info, and here we're gonna say opacity is going to be 1, width 0, height 0, overflow hidden. Okay, this is a kind of trick. Okay, let's see. Reload, and this is appearing over here, but this will be disappeared while I will try to toggle this stuff, and it will be a little slow, not very slow because it's just 0.2 second, right? Yeah, so looks fine. So this is working well. Now we are going to work on this menu items. Okay, we'll create a different component for that. So component side menu, and here we'll create a new component that is going to like menu item.js, right? And let's create the component, and here we'll say menu item, menu save. Let's go to your side menu component, and now the menu items are this one. Li is our menu item, so we'll start from the bigger one, li. Okay, because that's the only thing right now. Let's start. This is same for all of them. So li copy, and let's go to the menu item, and here we'll replace this. Okay, save it. So here we have li's, and inside we have menu item. Now we can replace this stuff very easily, but we might have sub menus as well. That's why I was copying that one. So let's take this one because this supports everything. Here we have sub menus also, so it's better to don't take the risk. Okay, let's replace this one, save, and here we need to give a name. And within the li's content, and here we're going to say props. Let's extract the details. So menu name, that's the one thing. Props, so that is going to be equal to props. So here we'll place menu name, and these are the sub menus. If there are sub menus, we'll say sub menus. So that is like an array, sub menus, and here we'll add that. So we'll say sub menus if exist, and sub menus dot length greater than 0. Then we'll render this component. Okay, otherwise null. And this is again a list, so I'm hoping for submenus. I will say submenus dot map, and here we'll say menu comma index, and here we'll say li. Okay, let's place over here, and this is unnecessary now. Save this. We'll provide a key over here. We'll say index to avoid the key warning, and here we'll say menu dot name, right? Save this thing. So menu dot name. Okay, hopefully this is gonna work. Now let's go and try in the side menu. So let's remove this thing. We'll say menu item. Now let's import this menu item because auto importing is not working. Import menu item. Inside the menu item we'll pass name of the menu item. So name is content. Sorry, it's content. And then we'll have sub menus. That is going to be an array. So here we'll say name, that is going to be like courses, name videos. So hopefully we got stuff as it is, just as I. So here let's create the object outside. Say menus equals to menu items. this is going to be an array. Okay, so this is a name dashboard, and it will navigate to the / content, and then it has submenus, courses and videos, and then it has design and 2 designs. Now we can iterate through this stuff. So before doing iteration, I will simply comment this because I don't want to break it. So this is how UL looks fine. I'm sure I have menus, so I don't have to check the length. We'll say menu items. So here we'll say menu items. If it is not there, then it will take an empty array. Submenus, the safety. Now let's try this thing, and looks like it's fine, working as expected. Okay, so our menu items are working. Cool. Now what we have to do, we have to go to the app.js, menu item, and we have to handle the submenus. On click of this content, this will be visible, and on again, if I'll click on this, then this will be hidden. So let's try that. Here we'll have submenu, and we'll write we'll do it with the help of a class, but first we'll write a const. We'll say the property like expand, and then set expand. Here we'll say use state, and the default will be false. Okay, and here we'll place that. So let's copy this and let's remove this, and we'll say expand. Oh sorry, that's not the thing I want. So here submenu, and then we'll check if the expand is true. If expand is true, then we'll add one more class that's active, otherwise it is going to be an empty class. Okay, so by default the expand is false right now. It should not be visible. Let's reload, and looks like it is not working. Oh, it's working. Let's go to the menu item. Oh yeah, so this is actually working. If you go and inspect this thing, you can see there is a class active, but we haven't written any CSS code for that. So yeah, that is false. The default value is false, so you will not see any active class actually. So we'll have to click on this item actually. We'll say on click of it, we'll make that thing to true. We'll make the expand true. We'll say set expand, and whatever the current value, that is going to be the opposite of that. Okay, now let's try that. You can see the menu as working. Click again, disable, enable, disable. So based on this, we'll add a CSS class. Okay, so that is submenu. Okay, let's go to your CSS file and try to find where you have written submenu CSS code. So there's a submenu CSS code. Let's copy this and paste over here, and we'll write active, and by default let's have a max height that is going to be like 0. So as you can see, the max height 0, but this is completely improper, so we have to hide if height is 0. So here we are gonna say, oh, where it is, yeah, max height is 0, right? And we'll say overflow hidden. Cool. Now here we'll say transition and we'll apply transition on max height. Will complete 2 seconds in 0.2 seconds, and in case of active we'll make the max height again 200 pixel, not more than that. Okay, otherwise it will going to have a scroll, and this is working as expected, right? So our menus are working. Now we have to take care of another thing, that is we have to give our icons as well, right? Oh, I missed that thing. Okay, fine. Let's go to the side menu, and here we are going to add icon class name. Icon class name, that is going to be for the dashboard. It is this one. Copy and let's paste over here. And for the submenus, we'll say icon class name. And for the content, right, content is going to be what is it, newspaper or something was that, don't remember, but this one is like pen. Here I'm gonna say / and icon class name, this is this one. Okay, so only the missing one is this one. Let's copy it for now. Okay, try that. So let's go to the menu item, and here is the class that we need to use, and here we're gonna say class name, right? So we'll say icon class name, copy, and here we'll say, and something wrong. Okay, we need to pass that as well. So here we'll say icon class name, that is going to like menu item dot icon class name. Okay, looks fine. Click over there, and this is fine. Click again. This toggle is working as expected, right? Now we have to work on few special cases, like if I'm minimizing this thing. So if I unclick of this needs to be expand first, right? But this is not expanding, right? And this is totally unaccepted thing. Why I'm expanding it if I can't see it? So unclick of this, I have to first expand, then select the items. Okay, so we have to keep that thing in mind. So here we'll attach an onClick function. OnClick, that's nothing but li. I'm trying to click on li because as you can see the parent is li. So here we'll write that, and here we'll check if inactive means if it is in inactive mode, means if inactive is true, then we'll make the inactive false. Set inactive false. Okay, and we'll execute in the menu item. So here we'll say on click, simply say props.onClick. Here we'll say props.onClick. Let's try this thing. Minimize, click, yes. So it's working fine, right? And if I'm clicking on this is again this should be false, right? This should not be visible. So when this is the state, there are a couple of scenarios we need to handle. Minimize this, and this is wrong, so we have to remove the active class if I am minimizing it, right? So let's go to your side menu component and track your inactive class within the use effect. So we'll say use effect, have a callback, and we are looking for inactive, change in inactive, right? And let's go inside the body of the function. If inactive is like true, if inactive is true, then we shouldn't show this, right? So we'll have to make all whatever the submenus are there. If there are more submenus, everything needs to be hidden. So I have to remove active class from all of them. I mean, I have to remove this active class from everywhere, right? If it is in the minimized state. So for that I will do like document. I will take help of the browser API, DOM elements, document dot query selector, and we'll say actually all, and the class is sub hyphen menu, right? So here it is, class is sub menu. Go over here, class is sub menu. So this is gonna give us an array. We can iterate through that. Say for each, and we can have every element like this. Say el dot class list dot remove, and we'll remove the active class. Okay, now let's try that. Okay, fine. Now let's close this, and this is hidden. Now we are going to install React Router DOM library. So if we click on this dashboard, then we will load the dashboard component. If we click on this content, then we'll load the content component. Like if we click on this courses, then we'll load the courses component. Same goes for the videos and design as well. So we'll install this library to make it work quickly. Let's install it. As I'm using yarn for my package manager tool, so I will simply do in my root project root folder yarn add React Router hyphen DOM, and let's hit enter. Let it install. Okay, so installation of our React Router DOM library is done. Now we can start using it. So let's quickly go and your project, and you can see package.json file, and here we have React Router DOM. So let's import few components. So let's go and do this thing. As we first need to import, let's go to the React Router DOM. So actually the React Router DOM is has got updated a lot. We have to follow the instruction from the documentations. So here we have installed it. Next part is just having some routers and all those things. So we'll simply copy this, and let's copy import statement and paste in your project folder. So here we'll paste over here. Okay, I'm importing browser router, switch, route, and link. I guess link is not required over here, but route is required. Okay, let's save, and let's go and start using it. So we will wrap the whole thing within the router. Okay, so instead of here, this is a side menu component. Our router will go in the root component. So here, and here we can say actually the wrong place we have imported it, side menu, and let's copy it from here, or actually cut it from here, save. Let's go to the app.js file and paste over here, and let's wrap your router. We'll say router. Let's close this, and let's have a side menu inside that. Okay, so this is our side menu, and inside the side menu we have the links, and then we have a switch. Okay, so we'll place the switch first. Here we'll say switch, and inside the switch we'll use route. And if you see the syntax of latest React Router DOM, it is like a component, and there inside we have a children component that is nothing but your page, your about page, users page, node. So similarly we'll use some components, we'll create some components. So here we'll have route, and then we'll create some component like const, and we'll say dashboard. Okay, so here we have 5 components. One for dashboard, that is going to be your page, then content, courses is your sub component, videos again your sub component, and then finally we have design. Okay, so let's import these things. For we need to have a property like path when we will be in the like home page. So that is just nothing but /, and in this case we'll load our dashboard component. Okay, and let's copy this item, and here we'll say content, and here things like so, just to make a difference, content / videos, and here is like content / courses. Okay, so this is our route. Now let's try if this thing is working or not. Let's go to your page, and here this is a home page. Let's reload this, and there is dashboard. Actually, I'm guessing there's a dashboard, but because of this fixed item I cannot see it. Okay, that's CSS property making it invisible. So here, yeah, as I told you, like we have a dashboard over here, but it's not visible. So yes, we have to create a container to hold all of our pages. Okay, so within this we'll simply add a container div, and we'll say class name that is going to be like container, and inside the container we'll have switch. Okay, now let's give some style to the container. Okay, so on the global level, and here we are going to say container. Let's have a like margin from left. Just calculate the width of our side menu is around 300 pixel, so margin left 300 pixel would work fine. Okay, let's see. Yes, as I told you, this is working fine. Now you can have internal padding and all those things on the page level. So this is working fine right now. But not just this, if I will click over here, then it should go in, right? And on click of this, it will have some transition, right? So I need to know when this side menu is going in and when it is coming out. Okay, so I will create a function for that. Let's go to the app.js file, and here is our side menu. I don't know when it is going in and when it is going out. I will simply have a function, will say on claps, or you can give a better name if you know like what should be the functionality. So on claps will simply get some information from our side menu component. Okay, so I will try to pull the state, inactive state, in this function. So here we'll say inactive and just log this value, console.log, and we'll say inactive. Now we have to execute this in on claps function. Okay, let's copy this and let's go to your side menu component, and where is our use effect? So here it is changing, right? Inactive, whenever there is a change in inactive, I will simply get those values. So I will say props dot on claps. Hopefully the spelling is correct. On claps, copy, and let's go over here, paste, and here we'll pass the inactive value. Okay, inactive, we got inactive. Now here we have inactive. Now let's see it's coming on the console or not. Let's go inspect and console. Yes, so we are getting that value. So inactive is false, means this is not an inactive state. If you click on this, and you can see the inactive is true, every time you'll get this value. We can create a similar state over here. Let's say const inactive, set inactive. Okay, cool. Use state, the default we know it's a false, right? Default will always be false. Save, and we'll set this inactive state over here. We'll say set inactive, that is whatever the value we are getting from the on claps, we'll just paste over here. So inactive will be set, and now I can get the value. Okay, so here in the container I will simply have some transition or something like that, inactive, or like this. Okay, so if container.inactive, if it is inactive, then the margin left will be decreased, right? So let's go to the app.css, and here we'll say container dot inactive, and here we'll say margin hyphen left, that is nothing but 80 pixel. Okay, let's go over here and check this thing out. Okay, and this is fine. So this is 80 pixel is actually, you can see this is visible, this is working fine. So I just need to change and add some transition, and I have to add some functionality. So here we go, app.js, and we will display this only when it is true, right? So we'll simply take this thing, cut, let's remove this and add a backticks, paste over here. Here we'll say $, and here we'll check inactive. So if it is inactive is true, then we'll simply say the class inactive, right? Or else the class is going to be empty. Try this. Okay, so this is working fine, and this is so quick. The transition is taking 0.2 seconds to complete, but this has no transition. That's why it is taking that quickly. You just see there is no change. Okay, so we'll do that. Just add a transition and let it complete in 0.2 seconds. We'll go to the app.css, and here we'll add the transition on margin hyphen left. It will complete in 0.2 seconds as usual, is in. Okay, now let's try this thing and see. Yes, so this is now working fine. The dashboard we are getting. Okay, so we can have some padding in the on the component itself, so you can go and check this thing. For now we'll add simple padding over here, side menu and app.js, and here we have our contents. So you can add padding over these contents, but to avoid adding multiple times, I will simply have a padding over the container class. Okay, this is temporary, right? But just to make this dashboard side menu make it work, app.css, and here we'll say padding from top and bottom, from everywhere actually, to 50 pixel. Let's try the things. Okay, working as expected. Cool. So fine, nicely done. Now we have to add some style in case of like on click dashboard or whatever it is. So we have to do that thing. Okay, let's go to the app.js, and here is just dashboard, right? The default is dashboard. Now let's try some other thing. We'll say content, and content is not coming. Oh, it is not coming just because we have to give a property like exact over here. Okay, now let's try that. So you can see the content is coming over here, and I'm not going to explain that why exact is required. Maybe some other video I will create completely about React.DOM, but yeah, you have to do something similar. That content is working, right? Now let's say / courses. The spelling is wrong. Courses, and it is not working. Content videos, again it is not working. I think for the content also we content is there, right? Courses, videos. Yes, so you have to place exact there as well. And let's try courses, and here it is, courses. So this is working fine. Now I'm just reloading everything, but instead of reloading, I unclick of this will load those components. Okay, so let's go and let's find out where we can place. Yeah, in our side menu, right? So let's go to the side menu, and here we have links to do this stuff, right? Let's go to the menu item. Now let's import the link component. Say import, and we'll import a component like nav link from React-router.dom, and here we'll paste nav link, paste. Okay, so we have got nav link. Let's replace this thing. Okay, let's remove this a. We'll say nav link, and let's copy this, place here, also here. Okay, this nav link requires a property that's a 2, and without this property you will get some error, some serious error. So here we have to provide that, and let's get the 2 property from the props. So as we are already passing 2 in the menu item as a property to the component, so we'll get the 2 over here. Now this will solve our this problem, but here also we need to provide a 2. Say 2, and then here we'll say menu dot 2, save. Now let's check we have added 2 property in the submenus or not. So let's go to the app dot side menu file, and here we have submenus, and I guess I have not added. So here this is an object, and let's add a property 2, and here we'll say /. So this is the root is content, and then this is the sub menu, so we'll say courses. Next is the videos, so here we'll add 2, and then here we'll add content /videos. Let's save this. Now we have 2 property over here, and let's go back to the menu item. So this is, I guess this is working fine, and here we have got the proper response as well. Let's click on this content. We have got courses, videos, and this is hyperlinked text is blue. That's fine, we'll fix that with the CSS, and things are working fine. Let's try the menus. Dashboard is working, content is working, and courses is working, videos and design is also working. No refreshing, everything is quickly changing. Now let's fix this CSS code as well as when we are using nav link. So whatever the page will be active, will be in the current, let's say let's select this, inspect this item, and just, so this is our nav link, and it is rendering as an anchor tag, and it has a property area current, and I haven't added this one. This is from the nav link itself. And also you can see there is like a class menu item active is added. So this is dashboard, and this is fine. This is our active class. Let's go down, and something wrong. Okay, maybe the problem is dashboard, and here in the nav link is fine. app.js exact is there, side menus. We have to provide a exact property in the link as well. We'll say exact, that is going to be like true. Okay, exact true. In others we don't need, but in the name also we need content exact, that is gonna be like true. Let's have this true, exact true, and let's try to add that exact over here as well. So exact, and here we'll say as like true. Okay, oh, not that, we'll say here menu item dot exact. I will show you what I am doing. Let's go to the menu item, and here is we have a nav link, and here we'll say exact, right? So we'll say exact, and then let's add over here as well. Save this, and yes, now it is working. So if you see, if I'm clicking on dashboard, I'm getting an active class over here in the menu item, right? If I'm clicking on the content, so this is dashboard is no more my current page, but now the content is my current page, and you can see that we are getting an active class in the content with the menu item. Okay, so this is from the nav link, and we have added exact property, so it is like kind of tracking the things, what is going on in everywhere, right? So let's close this, let's open this one too. Now let's see, click on this dashboard, and it has an active class now. Click on this design, now this has an active class. So this is our currently selected menu, right? We can, with the help of this, we can apply the CSS code as well. So this is with menu item class. Let's go and add the CSS code. So here is our menu item class, right? Let's copy and find the CSS code of this stuff. Go there, app.css, and here's our menu item, and we'll add the same stuff. Let's copy this and paste over here with, if there is a class active, then we'll change the background color. Let's add a background color like #666. Okay, so this is the background color, and it's kind of like working, right? So we need to apply some styling as well. So here, see design, right, dashboard. Let's apply the border radius and color, all those things. So where is that? Okay, menu item. Okay, here it is. Now let's have a border radius that is going to like 5 pixel, and then when selected, then color will be white. Looking nice, right? You can have a different color based on your taste. Okay, now it's time to add this CSS property over this courses, looking very terrible. Okay, let's go. Within this menu item we have sub menus, right? Let's find this thing, app.css, and here we'll find that main sub menu, right? So when sub menu, also we need to check that like there is active class or not, because we have added nav link, we need to make it sure. So here we have courses, yes, the active class is there, and videos, that the active class removed from here, but now active class is here. This is working fine. So it's just submenu and dot submenu anchor tag a with class active. I have to say like that. So submenu, where is that? Here. So we'll say side menu with main menu, then submenu. Inside the submenu we have an anchor tag, and here if there is a class active, then we'll apply is there the background is, let's apply the background color first, background, and here we'll say hash 666. let's see it's working or not. So yes, looks like it is working, and you can select here, there. Let's make it a display inline block so it will work fine. Okay, submenu. Oh, why I'm missing again, where is that? Submenu a tag, right? Let's apply the display and we'll say block, and let's remove the text hyphen decoration, that is none. Okay, now working, and not just here. Okay, so instead of here, let's remove it from here and add it here, so it will apply in both the places. Text decoration none, and let's take this thing because let's put it in a correct order. Here it is, text decoration none. Also apply the color, so the default color is 333 and looking nice. Then active, when it is active, then we'll have this. You can give some padding to this. First we'll do box sizing, border box, and then apply padding from top and bottom, 5 pixel, from left right 0, right? And let's remove this, apply 5 pixel from all sides, and then we'll say border hyphen radius, we'll say 5 pixel. Okay, the color also will choose, color is, let's say, white. Okay, now let's try this thing is working or not. Let's reload. Content is selected, video, courses and videos, so looks working fine, but there is some problem with the padding. We have to do that. This padding we have given. Oh, why is that? I'm missing it again and again. Yes, so this padding needs to go, box sizing, border box and padding needs to go in here. Okay, save, fine, looks nice. And somehow we lost the content, and then this here selected. Okay, we'll figure out later. So there is working nicely, right? Let's try to minimize this stuff, and there it is, content, design, working nicely.